back into another episode of Degen Fantasy. It is Friday. Happy Friday to you all. August 16th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm here today. He's got 2 vapes, a popsicle, and the most splendiferous spirit I've ever seen in my life. Double Down Dan. Dan, how has your day been?
Wonderful. Worked late, feel great. Always love working way late on a fucking Friday. So, in a wonderful mood. Probably have never been happier in my life.
Yeah, I've heard that's quite your fancy. I know you don't like hitting parlays too much, and you like just, working late at your day job. That's usually the most fun for everybody. See, I knew we were on the same page about something, Double Down. Well, today I'm very fucking excited to get into the first time we've ever done pretty much an exclusively one single sport-based episode on the UFC, because not a lot of baseball going on. There's some games, not much to talk about. We're not too into baseball as much. And the UFC and the UFC 305 in Australia, correct? It's in Australia, right?
Perth, yep. Perth, Australia.
I've been doing my research. Is going to happen on, I thought it was Saturday. It's on Sunday, correct? Am I 2 for 2?
No, it's Saturday.
Okay, it's on Saturday. Okay, then I read it on Google wrong. On my book, it was correct. 1 for 2. But a lot of fights to break down. I got some TikToks that we can, hear some of the discussion, some of the shit talk from the fighters, and also give the breakdown of just a couple of the picks that Double Down gave out last stream. And I made did you happen to see what I posted on SoBet?
No, I didn't.
Well, if you didn't, just like Double Down Dan, you can hit the affiliate link in the description and join through our link, and you will get all of our exclusive picks, including our parlays of the day. And our parlays of the day, if you do not remember, they look a little something like this. It's where we take our favorite props of the night, of the slate, whatever we're betting on, and we put it into a parlay for you. Not like one of those really whacked out pre-built parlays that they do on these sports books that are like, dude, do you want to take 17 people to hit a home run?
Throw $20 on it.
Just throw $35 on this home run parlay that we built for you. They will never build you winning parlays. And then especially on Fanatics, because I'm on their book now. It's funny because they have on there, it's like how many people have placed this bet, and it's usually a lot.
I like Fanatics though. I think operationally, it's probably one of the more easier books to use.
I really have been enjoying Fanatics since I transitioned from Bovada, and do you know where I'm going tomorrow, Mr. Double Down?
Probably to that one gay bar that you like to go to, or
aside from the gay bar, that'll be the first stop in the morning. But I'm going to Fanatics Fest in New York City, and it is gonna be. What? I'm going by myself because I have no one to go with. But it's gonna be so. Fucking Eli Manning, Derek Jeter, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, Hendrik Lundqvist, Tom Brady. Just like
autographs?
It's this huge event. I should have popped it up on the screen. It's this huge event that they're doing. And literally there's probably 70 to 85 athletes that are going. Carmelo Anthony, this and that, and all these influencers and shit. Basically, they have sports cards and jerseys and all this crazy sporting shit, and fucking a basketball court and an ice rink, and it's fucking wild.
Make sure you sign up for make sure you follow us on TikTok, because
that's going to be all over TikTok.
Shit on TikTok all goddamn day. I had no idea he was doing this, but he has now basically wrote a fucking check his ass can cash. You better be posting shit from that.
No, but that was the plan. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to go too, is be able to have shit to post.
Also, this is a great event to make your girlfriend go.
She got work.
I'm beginning to question her fucking loyalty to this goddamn podcast. All right, I just want to say it.
That's what I'm saying, right?
I didn't want to say it, but now I'm gonna say it. I'm a little offended on it.
Someone had to say it. Okay.
You need support when you're meeting these people. You need love when you're doing this. You're nervous.
Oh my God! You know what that just made me realize? That means she got kicked off Bovada too.
Yeah, well, she had it coming.
She probably didn't have any money in that.
She was putting in all those fixed picks. You know what I mean?
It was the fixed picks.
Yeah, that girl's fucking old school mafioso.
So for some reason, I think I'm missing an overlay. No, I'm not. Okay, cool. The main
one overlay.
No.
Oh,
It's a couple. It's the same
I
overlay in
just
a couple
figured it was
different
gonna
events.
be UFC, and that was it.
It is UFC. One of them basically covers the broad. This one's gonna be our overlay for. We're gonna watch some video review on some of these fighters and really get a better idea of how they've been looking. But the main big pull of the entire night is I heard people using an acronym for it's DRP for Jerushis Polissis, and I've been watching so much content on it.
It's Duplessis.
Yeah, I still can't say his fucking name. Dude's nice.
Yeah,
Dude is fucking nice. And
he's never fought anyone like Izzy though.
yeah, Adesanya has been one of my favorites, and the one thing people are saying is that the ground game is something that has been exposed when Izzy fought Sean Strickland, and that's one of the points where Plissis, God, I gotta say his fucking name correctly. How do you say it one more time?
Duplessis.
Dricus Duplessis. That's one of his strong points of his skill. And when he fought Sean Strickland, Strickland had only been taken down one time before that in the past 7 years. Do you know how many times he took down Sean Strickland?
I didn't think it was that many. Maybe 3.
6 times, and his takedown success percentage was 50%.
So we only took him down 3 times.
No, he took him down 6 times out of 11. Attempts.
Well, I don't know, man. I think, yeah, there's a lot of hype going. DDP is what they call him usually.
DDP, that's what it is.
There's a lot of fucking hype on this kid, and it's well deserved. He beat Strickland when Izzy couldn't. I still think that this is like, in my opinion, this is the worst matchup for DDP, just because of the striking prowess. One, I want to point out the fact that Alex Pereira has been KO'd by 0 people besides Izzy, besides Adesanya.
Mm-hmm.
Pereira, in my opinion, is like probably top 2 in
Cream
the
of the crop.
UFC. Yeah, I mean, and Adesanya dropped him like a fucking sack of potatoes. Like, he dropped.
It's a big boy.
But there's something to be said for that. Like, for a guy that's literally probably like 215 pounds when he walks into the octagon in Pereira, because he cuts like 60 pounds when he was at fucking middleweight. He walks in probably outweighing Izzy by like maybe 40 pounds. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. To drop a dude that's 40 pounds heavier, especially that's why we have fucking, if a heavyweight fights a featherweight, like 9 times out of 10 the heavyweight's gonna murder the fucking featherweight, no matter how.
But also with the weigh-in thing, like, I do know just from hearing like fighters on Rogan, or hearing Rogan talk about it, or hearing fighters on like individual interviews saying that, like, you can come into weigh-in and your whole goal for the last 3 days was, Izzy, for example, right now, I follow his nutritionist on Instagram, was trying to get down from 285 to 265. And everything he's eating and all this shit.
No, or what, 185.
185 to 165 or some shit like that. And they were talking about how you can weigh in at 165, and by the time the fight comes around and you get some food back in your system and your body's starved for glycogen, it really ramps up how much like muscle you're kind of like your body's retaining while you're sleeping, and how much like stored energy your body's retaining. So a lot of these fighters, even though they weigh in 20 pounds like under where they started at, they come into fight night kind of more or less at the same weight that they've been. Not exactly saying that like fucking Izzy's gonna come into fight night higher than the fucking count, but he's gonna be above by like 7 or to 6 to 5 to 4 pounds.
Well, the biggest thing about Izzy is he's not naturally, he's just kind of a scrawny dude, so he'll come in like, usually he's coming in at under 200 pounds. I think he's been trying to carry a little bit more weight coming into the octagon, so he has been recently. I think he'll come in probably like 205 if he's smart. Dricus is a big fucking dude, and he's very skilled. So this is a dangerous matchup for both of them. My favorite fucking little wager on this is that it doesn't see the scorecards. I do not think this goes the distance whatsoever. I think the first round will be very like feel them out, fucking slow, and then once the pace builds, this fucking fight is going to be like fireworks. This is gonna be one of the best fights of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah. One thing I saw about DDP fighting Sean Strickland compared to like Strickland fighting Izzy is that they were talking about that Strickland's very fundamental and well orientated with his like skill set, and Strickland's kind of wild. So the way that Strickland fights didn't really match up well for Izzy.
No.
And being able to, because he's a big read react kind of guy. Like you can see it in his face, the poise and like that, even that nickname, the style bender, like just how fluid and the fluidity of his movements and how you can see him reading even off of like someone throwing a fade, like the anticipation's all there. He has great ring IQ. That being said, I think Strickland kind of caught him by surprise, and I think this matchup's going to be a little bit better.
I don't know if I agree with it, with what you just said. I think it's more that styles make matchups, and Strickland is probably the worst matchup for Izzy. Just because of like the way he approaches a fight. Strickland is go, 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 go. Whereas
Izzy. Yeah.
Whereas fucking Izzy, sorry, I just had a guest walk in. Whereas Izzy fucking he likes to take his time. So with a more technical, like martial artist like DDP, I feel like if you're playing the technical game with Izzy, you're gonna lose. You gotta fight dirty. You gotta have knockout power. I don't think, like, I know DDP does have knockout power. I just think that there's a lot of hype on fucking DDP. And I think because Izzy hasn't fought in 11 months, people forget who the fuck he really is. Like, he's not a bitch. He's got knockout power. He's a bad man. He's got knockout power, and he is, it's just, he shouldn't. He reminds me of like Sean O'Malley. Like, you look at O'Malley and you're like, that dude can't knock anyone out. But he can. He just has the fucking power. Like, it's the same thing with Izzy. Izzy is obviously bigger and a little bit more cut. You just don't think that he would have that type of power, and he does have one punch KO power. He also he fights at one of the best camps in the world. I believe it's like City MMA or some shit like that. Their camp is fantastic. Like, these guys are all killers. These fucking coaches are amongst the best in the world. If you think that after 11 months he isn't going to come in game planned as fuck for this fight, like, you have the wrong opinion about Izzy. He got rested. That Strickland fight was off the back of him defending that belt back to back to back to back to back. And nobody does that. Like, fucking the reason why Anderson Silva was one of the best fighters of all time is because he fucking owned the middleweight division for, 14 title defenses. Like, that's unheard of. But Izzy's not that far behind. Like, he's one of the best fighters I've ever seen. I think we can all agree he's in the top 15 of all the fighters we've ever seen.
Yeah.
DDP is going to have his fucking hands full. And this dude is being counted out. Like, right now, this fight, I don't know if you saw the fucking press conference, but he heard that he was a pick'em with DDP, and he was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
yeah, Izzy's minus 115, DDP's minus 105.
Yeah, so, like, that's, I don't know. I think there is something to be said about being disrespected at such a high clip. Sean Strickland is a great fucking fighter. Like, I don't know if we can't discount the fact that he's great. I think he fought DDP very well, and I think at times he was ahead on that scorecard and shit.
Yeah, and then when you talk about power, a lot of things that people kind of like throw away to the wayside is part of power is you can be the strongest, most powerful fucking fighter in the world. Precision times so well into just what a knockout is. Being able to be precise with your punches is huge. Boxing is what
This is what, our 50th episode. I feel like you've said correlate in every episode.
I'm gonna be my own fucking person. This is reverse Kermit. It's reverse Kermit.
You've been using better words.
Don't start with correlating. So precision in regards to punching power is something that I feel is a little bit more important. Because when you're fighting someone, especially someone like in a higher weight class, it's easier to kind of read and react to their fighting style and their punches. But if you do get clipped, it feels like you're getting hit by a truck.
Yeah.
aside from that, and that's not me saying that because I've been in a UFC fight. That's me literally reiterating. I forget who was talking about Francis Ngannou and talking. I think it was Strickland talking about fighting and sparring with Ngannou. Precision's huge. Izzy's very technical, and he's very technical with his precision. So like when he has an opportunity,
Oh my God.
what?
That was a lot of technical and precision in one sentence. I like it.
He's very precise. Let's get into some of these clips here. And what is this clip? I don't know what this is. This Kamala Harris?
A South African fighter named Dricus du Plessis.
No.
South African white fighter, okay? And he was fighting against Israel Adesanya. Israel is black, Dricus is white, and Dricus basically said, I'm the real African, obviously, because he's actually from Africa. And Israel starts dropping the N-word to him about what they're about to fight. The media then tries to pressure Dana to condemn this, because how could a black man be saying the N-word to a white guy?
The tension between those two and kind of the racial undertones and all those things. How do you...
What were the racial undertones?
Trigger says he's the real African fighter, and so Israel drops him in there tonight.
So what was the racial? Who did? Who dropped the racial?
Israel was saying over and over, yeah.
He's black.
50 N-bombs in there.
Okay, he's black.
I love Dana.
Who gives
I
said-
love when they try to goad him into shit.
Yeah, and he's like, well,
That's
he's
fucking
black.
great.
Also,
Like,
Dana
shut
White's gonna be at the Fanatics Fest tomorrow, so I'm hoping I can get a fucking little flick ski with him.
I hope that Dana White looks at you and is like, "Where's Double Down? Let's go."
He's like, he's like, yeah, you know, I've seen the show, and you're not black.
I've seen the show. I don't want to talk to you. I've heard you drink coconut water. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, so Dana, Izzy or DDP?
He's just gonna
What do you
slap
got?
you in the mouth,
And he's
call you
just gonna
N-word
fucking
afterwards.
Hit me and tell me to do a 7-day water fast. Yeah, so DDP's apparently from South Africa, and that's been an underlying tone of this whole fight is him calling him out and saying, I'm the real African.
That's
which
the
is
stupidest thing.
It's
I've ever
so
heard in my life.
dumb. And also, DDP can't talk. I saw him on stage talking, and he's like, I think I have
He's
it.
South African.
Okay, doesn't have to be. Okay, and he's white.
How
so I can
about you
talk shit
be
about him.
South
Do
African?
I like Israel Adesanya? No. Will we have a beer? No.
Just-
I don't
you
think
just
he's
hate
a fun
Africans.
guy. He does not look like somebody that I would be friends with. When it comes to the fighting, for me, it's not personal. The reason why I wanted anything to do with him was because he had a title. And right now, I have the title. And then he made the threats of that
Not for
he'll
long,
come
buddy.
to South Africa and beat me on home soil. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, it seems like they went to his homeland. And
Yeah.
you're fighting him out there, so I guess you don't have that much pull, huh?
Yeah, I have so much money riding on this right now, like a fuck ton.
Yeah,
of
but you don't
money
have to
riding
worry
on
about
this.
it because you're clean either way, right? You hedged properly.
Yeah.
you're good to go.
Yeah, no, I hedged properly, so I'll be all right. But obviously,
You
my
want Izzy to win, though.
I want Izzy to win for two. One, because I'm an Israel Adesanya fan, and he's my favorite fighter, like currently in this past like 5 to 10
They have a
years.
relationship. He'll be at the woodshed tomorrow with Izzy.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to tell everybody, but and then the second portion of that is that I did. So I had a 8-leg parlay that I put together, and for some reason I thought the Izzy fight was that night, and I added the Izzy fight to that parlay because I'm like, Izzy's winning. All the fights clear, clean sweep except one, and I'm like, oh no way, I lost one, but it's still in my open bets. I'm like, what the fuck? Izzy fights on the 17th. That's Saturday. So that was $15 to win $365. My cash out option was 167. So immediately I took $50 and I put it on DDP. And that brought me to 50 to win 157 or something like that, 155, which is basically the cash out option.
Yeah.
So I'm straight on both ends. I'm going to be profitable after tomorrow. I also do have a couple different parlays that I built out based on Double Down Dan's picks. If you want to see those picks, they're on SoBet. I also have an exclusive parlay that is the entire fight, just like the last time, and it's plus 6,085. It's a fatty. It's a fatty. But I mean, I had crazy odds for the last parlay, and I had a clean sweep, and I'm hoping Izzy seals the deal. There's a baby crying somewhere. I thought I was tweaking. I'm sorry. There's a fucking motorcade flying by my house. You don't live in the hood. Let's go to the next clip.
Me and Francis Ngannou had a fucking 3-round war, you know?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
This is what I was talking about.
Yeah, me and Francis banged. dude.
Christ.
Let me bang, man.
What is that like?
So heavyweights are easier to hit and not get hit, but the problem is they just touch you, dude, and it feels like you hit by a truck. Francis is the greatest guy.
He's a great guy.
Bro, he's like, you talk to Francis and you're like, dude, you're a fucking saint. I'm sparring Francis one. I mean, I've like sparred Francis. Like, come on, you fucking bitch, let's fight.
Wow.
Because he scares me. He scares the fuck out of me. He's a big, scary black man. He scares the fuck out of me.
He scares the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah, when I scares me, like that little voice, me hiding underneath the bed from my dad, and like him, that little child looks at me and that feels fear. I'm like, I'm gonna fight that motherfucker.
I don't know what Strickland said there. He's like that.
Is Strickland okay?
I don't know. He said when he's scared, that little boy in him hiding under the bed from his dad comes out.
He needs to take a break. That kid needs to stop getting hit in the fucking head. I'll tell you that.
Have you seen Chuck Liddell lately?
No. Why would I ever? Why would I see?
Why? Because he's a fucking professional UFC fighter. He's one of the greatest of all times. You haven't heard him.
He fought 20 years
I
ago.
know he fought. I didn't say, did you go see him at fucking? I didn't say, did you go see him at CVS? He just talked about fighters getting hit in the head too much. Fucking Chuck Liddell was so well spoken, and now he's over here like he's fucked.
How dare you make fun of Chuck Liddell?
I'm not making fun of Chuck Liddell. I'd fuck him up now, though.
Oh yeah, right. He'd still fucking.
No, you'd murder me. He'd absolutely put me on the ground.
Put you down, baby.
I think I got. Is that the rest of my Izzy? I think it's the last Izzy one. Then we'll go to the next fight.
Dricus versus Israel. We have to look at it and think Dricus was able to move forward. He put pressure on Strickland, didn't let Strickland do that to him, shut his game down, was very aggressive, crowded that space, didn't let Strickland really find the rhythm that he likes to fight in, and come away with the decision win. Okay? Strickland, prior to that fight, fought Adesanya, did exactly that to Israel, pushed into his space. He crowded him to a point where he didn't let him have any free distancing from the fence, kept Adesanya's back to the fence for 90% of the fight, and beat Adesanya by decision win. Obviously, styles make fights, but Dricus was able to push that plan against Strickland, that Strickland was able to push against Adesanya. So you would have to think Dricus does what he did to Strickland.
Put that fucking popsicle down. If I can't drink coconut water, you can't fuck with popsicles.
I'm not sucking it like you were the other day. Okay?
I wasn't sucking anything.
You were like,
hey, listen, there's chunks you have to chew.
I'll tell you that.
There's chunks you have to chew. I broke down a little bit of this clip too, speaking on it, but the styles do make fights, and I'm just really hoping Izzy dictates from top to bottom and can win this fight.
I don't think that this guy, I just don't. I don't see a fucking world where he comes in and just lets it happen like it happened the last time he was there. I just, like, how is he not going to be prepared for that? If he's not, then I think his prime is done.
I'll give you that. I agree. So I'm going to pop this up. There we go. And so, real quick, before I pop this up, actually. So, Double Down Dan and I came up with some picks, and we both liked Li Lingjang. And I did a little bit of research into him last night because when I was putting the SoBet picks together and he was on one of the legs, he was basically one of the only underdogs on the parlay, and he's plus 205. So I'm looking at the stream, looking at some of his last fights. He was dealing with a spinal injury that set him back a while, so he hasn't fought in a year. He's never in his life lost 2 back-to-back fights. He lost his last fight. And on top of this, he was really very hyped when he first came out, and he was doing very well. And then I forget who he was supposed to fight that ended up getting an injury in camp. He got sidelined, got swapped around to a few different cards, and ended up landing on a terrible matchup. This terrible matchup, I forget who it was against at the moment, kind of derailed that mojo momentum he was having. So I want to just go over and just hit it with the eye test, because I feel like that's something that needs to be done. So we're going to watch a little bit of Li Jingliang. Top finishes.
With it a little too much. Sometimes when you establish a tendency, the other fighter can counter. Now we'll see if Lima fakes the jab and throws a high left kick.
It's like Karate Kid.
Big knockdown here for the Leech. Diego trying to recover.
some of these are getting through. These bets going to be it.
Yeah, you got to call that.
How about the Leech?
Yeah.
With the biggest win of his career.
It's not a bad nickname, the Leech.
Lima's defending well, but that left
It's not a great
right
fucking.
hand
It's not a great one, but it's not terrible because he's all over you.
And you see Jing Long did not give him any room to do so.
You like the little popcorn in the slate at the bottom left corner of the screen?
For Jing Long. When you get in the clinch, you can't keep your feet that close together. Guillotine attempt here from Zaffer. Very smart Jing Long to take him to the fence. And Zaffer abandons it. And a takedown on his own. The interesting thing here, too, is that all the instructions...
I feel like he's multifaceted. I feel like he's got a good multifaceted game, and he's got striking power.
Yeah, he does.
Just like that, the Leech with a huge knockout to open the show tonight.
Here's
Dan.
a body lock takedown. He's got the outside trip, and boom.
What would be your UFC nickname? The Beard.
Something to do with the beard, probably.
It would just be the Beard.
Yeah, maybe it would be. Dan the Beard.
Yep.
The Beard.
Yep, and then mine would be coming to the ring, coming from Shelton, Connecticut, standing 5'8", 167 pounds.
The coconut cocksucker.
Rocky Reverse Kermit Sabo.
Good leverage.
They'd be like the pre-walk up. They're like, this guy knows how to build a parlay. Let me tell you.
Yeah, this kid.
Right hand free.
Parlay
straight there, two, and there's
Trump's there with him. Huge parlays, big parlays.
Let's take a look here. Look at the eyes of Zaffer. Jinglang does a nice job pressing with the left hand to create the space.
I don't think they know how to say his name either.
Power on that ground and pound.
Bro just said Jingalang.
Look for a while like Nash might make good on that prediction to get Jing Liang out of there.
Oh. Ooh.
There's the stoppage. That's it. The Leech rallies for the win. Happy New Year.
I think it's kind of crazy. I think it's kind of crazy, like that he's plus 205.
I don't think.
I think
crazy. I don't think it's crazy at all.
Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
It's all based on past form. These clips you're showing are from like 2016, 2018. So again, styles make fights. I just think it's a good matchup for him, in my opinion.
Okay, well, hopefully he wins because he's on our parlay. Let's go to the next one here. We got Steve Urseg, and this is the co-main event versus Kai Kara France.
Oh, look at that. You did it.
Aha. What do you think?
I think I said before I'm on Ursig. I think he was in control of his last fight, and it was a title shot, and he should have won. And then he fucking blew it. I think he will be champion eventually in this division, as he should be already. I think Ursig is going to get the best of Kara France. I don't know if this sees the scorecards, but 125ers. I feel like I probably call it like a decision for Ursig.
Yeah, I think it's something that's going to go the distance as well. They both lost in their last fight, and Ursig has a record of 12-2-0. Kai Kara France is 24-11-0, 5'4" and 5'8", so a huge height disadvantage for Kara France. 125 pounds for the both of them. Is this flyweight? Yeah, it's going to say it's going to be flyweight. That's fucking insane. And the height difference is wild because Kai Kara France sits at 5'4", but has a 1-inch reach advantage, and also is just lacking a little bit on the legs department for leg reach. But it's gonna be a good fight. This is one that I'm gonna be fully locked into as well, and that I also have added into my parlays. I am also siding with Steve Ursig. I've liked his game for a long time. Mark, actually, this is one of the fighters Mark put me onto because we've been collecting UFC cards together a little bit. He's like, I really want Ursig. I'm like, what the fuck is Ursig? Doing my research, finding it out. Gonna be a good bout. What do you think is gonna be probably like the snooze fight of the night out of the two? Like, which one of these fights do you think is gonna overshadow the other one?
I actually think I love watching flyweights fight because generally they don't have like knockout power, and it has to be like a peppering of a lot of fucking strikes and shit like that. So I I really think both of these fights are going to be fucking phenomenal. If you wanted to pull up the rest of the main card, I'll tell you which fight I would probably check out on or like go pee during or some shit like that. But this is a great card. So scroll down just a little bit. Go down. All right. So you could probably just count on like Lee, whatever the fuck, and Prada's being a decent fight. I think it's going to be pretty good. The Tuivasa Rosenstrike.
I'm not feeling the hype. I like Rosenstrike too, though.
Yeah, me too. Don't do that, Bob. Why? Oh, my dog. Jesus Christ. Don't come over here. I'm very mad at you right now. No, don't start. Anyways, I look over. He's just got toilet paper in his mouth, like just hanging out.
That's my boy.
Hey, what's going on?
Running around New Haven.
What's going on? So I think this Tuivasa Rosenstrike fight probably goes like 4 seconds into the first round, and I think Rosenstrike's going to win pretty convincingly. Tuivasa has taken damage. Okay, he's taken fucking damage. He has died almost in all 7 of those losses. Like I have seen him just get fucking walloped. This will be 5 in a row losses if he loses. So he definitely needs it. That's why I think if it doesn't end in the first round, you're going to see scorecards because I think he's going to try to I think Tuivasa is going to try to be as cautious as possible because Rosenstrike he has power. I mean, as does every other heavyweight.
Swings a little wild, yeah.
No, I feel like striking wise, he's definitely the better of the two.
Yeah. Tuivasa's at home though in Australia.
Yeah, he's been knocked out at home in Australia. So that doesn't really do anything for me. I'm cheering for Tuivasa. I hope he wins, but I am definitely backing Rosenstrike. That's for sure.
One thing we didn't touch on is prelims.
I think. Wait, hold on. Go back to the main card. Because while I think the co-main and the main event are going to be incredible, go down a little bit. I think this Gamrot Hooker fight is going to be the fight of the night, in my opinion. I think this is going to be the one that is remembered from this card. Gamrot is electric. I fucking love him. He's fantastic. Great fucking wrestler. But Hooker is a goddamn sniper, and he's going to be fucking cracking. So this is like a great styles make fights matchup, but this is fucking fireworks. I think that if this lightweight fucking matchup is what I think it's going to be, I think it's going to overshadow everything else on the card.
Yeah, and a lot of people look at they'll look at this matchup on the scorecard and they'll place bets off it. Like, oh, Hooker has 12 losses and Gamrot has 2, so that means it's going to be a clear win for Gamrot. One thing that I've learned from being an athlete is that it doesn't really necessarily. They're pretty much both similar in the win column. Hooker has 1 less win than Gamrot. Teaching tools and learning lessons. Also, how obviously we're talking about Tuivasa and the damage, but to be able to have 7 to 8 more fights under your belt than your competitor is something that's definitely an advantage, regardless of if they're wins or losses. I don't know who's the older of the two. I have seen a lot of Gamrot. I haven't seen a lot of Dan Hooker. This is one that I'm keyed in on with Gamrot, parlay-wise. Man. I want to get into the prelims a little bit because these are the ones I'm looking more for your knowledge on. To see what you're thinking. I think we went over this a little bit more, but one of these fights was really sticking out to me with Koulibaly. Koulibaly and Ramos.
Koulibaly.
Fuck.
And Ramos.
Okay. Do you think this is going to be one of the better fights of the prelims?
It could be. Definitely some knockout power here. I don't know. You never know which Ramos you're gonna get. So I don't know.
Fair enough. And then
I don't think any of these preliminaries are gonna be that good, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Herbert Burns, that might be a decent fight, but Casey O'Neill, Luana Santos one actually has
the women be throwing down.
Sometimes, but these two precisely do. I think Casey O'Neill's actually quite good, and Luana's coming off of a pretty fucking amazing first performance in the UFC. So I'm very, very curious to see how that one turns out. Yeah, I mean, who the fuck knows about any of these
people?
Yeah, I stick to what I know. Obviously, you can tape all these goddamn fights if you really want to, but just bet what you know, or actually do the research and watch these guys tape and see where they fucking suck and see where they fucking are good and all that shit. But if you don't fucking bet them. Okay, take a second. Don't bet them.
All right, so bringing back a segment that has been long forgotten by Double Down Dan, throwing it back to football season.
Oh God.
Do you know where I'm going with this?
No.
So Dan, if you had to remove the popsicle and put a gun in your mouth, and you needed one of your picks tonight to be 1,000% correct, if you get it wrong, that trigger's being pulled. What is your lock of the evening? Tough one.
It is a tough one. Probably DDP and Izzy to not see scorecards.
All right, give me something a little more tasty than fucking to not go the distance.
Why?
I know. Listen, I know you're a little scared. I got the gun in your mouth, but I need.
I'm not
give
scared.
me.
I think that's the slam dunk of the card.
Okay. All right.
You're not gonna fucking bait me into making a bad pick and lose.
No, I'm not baiting you into making a bad pick and then
record. I don't lose, buddy. Check my
Hey. Well, listen, we don't have to get defensive here on Degen Fantasy, okay?
Check my loving record. I don't lose.
Yeah, and wait till this fucking parlay that you built and I posted smacks, and I'm gonna be teeing the fuck up.
Yeah, I've been hearing you're gonna be teeing the fuck up the last.
God damn it! Wait till a goddamn sport that I watch comes around, and I'll be able to fucking do.
A lot of talk right now.
You're like, I'm like, Dan, I'm just taking some baseball picks and I got a few winners, but I know nothing about baseball. And you're like, dude, throw them up on SoBet. I'm like, oh, I'll throw them up on SoBet. And like, you're calling me, you're like, Rock, we're down 0.4 units this week. And I'm like, oh.
You're killing me. I want you to know
Dan,
that.
Dan, listen, you're trying, so you know how you just said you don't want me to force you into making bad picks?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing to me. I need football. I need hockey. I need basketball. I need something. And October's right around the corner. Just little patience, my friend.
No.
Okay. Yes.
No.
Very nice.
Win a fucking bet. Win a fucking bet. Now
wait till
you're killing me. You're fucking killing me right now.
You know what I think about that? You see what this is?
Coconut water, I'm sure, with semen in it.
It's Gatorade. Bitch asshole. All right.
Your fucking iPhone just explodes.
It's it might if I don't hit this parlay on Saturday. All right, last one of the evening because we don't really got much to talk about. That's most of the fights and our feedback on it. So take those picks and make them with what you will.
Wait. Why do I have to do gun to my head on mine and you don't have to do it on yours?
Okay, so go.
What's your favorite pick? Give me something juicy, dude.
Israel Adesanya money line.
Oh, real juicy. Jesus.
Damn, you swapping colorways on these popsicles on me right now? Fucking swapped in the fucking orange. All right, last one. Quick one. Fucking Bovada killed my fucking pick for this, so I'm gonna have to find a way to do it on Fanatics so I can have it, because if it were to hit and I didn't have it locked in, I'm gonna fucking kill somebody. NBA champion this coming season. Who are you picking?
Give me the Timberwolves.
I want Iguodala.
Give me the T-Wolves.
So you know it's funny. We started the sports podcast to specifically have camaraderie with another male that we're friends with, so we can talk sports. Because no one in my house knows anything about sports. The only sports team I've heard about for the last 6 months in my house has been the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah.
You must be asking why. Is it because they like Anthony Edwards? Do they like Karl Anthony Towns? Rudy Gobert? And even I was on the Minnesota Timberwolves train. I said, if anybody plays the Nuggets and they're going to beat them, it's going to be the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves were the pick that we took to win the NBA championship last year, and we did not do well on it. But that was during the playoffs. I don't think that's a bad pick, but I'm leaning more towards the Dallas Mavericks, not because they made it to the finals this year, but I think adding Klay Thompson, regardless if he's a little bit older, is just kind of feels like that piece. They have a vet, sharp shooting, fucking one of the best shooters of all time, added into having Kyrie Irving and fucking Luka Doncic. And Irving's just a fire last name in general. How do you not get him a ring? I already asked one, but we'll get another one. But I think also with they ran into a Celtic team that was due, and I think they're kind of the team that's next up, and I think they added a great piece, and I think they're going to do pretty well. Also, one thing to add is that the thing that worries me about that is the Denver Nuggets added a point guard, and I'm curious to see if Dan knows who it is. The Denver Nuggets added Russell Westbrook, so now they have Russell Westbrook, Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, a couple different players.
I'd be super stoked if they had Westbrook from like
2012. Yeah. All right, not a big deal. All right, so I'm going Mavs. You're going Timberwolves.
Yep.
Pick the next sport. Double down.
NHL, and you start.
All right, NHL. Obviously, it's going to be the Buffalo Sabres. And the reason why I'm picking the Buffalo Sabres, and I'm just kidding. This is, I feel like, more of a tough one. My heart says Edmonton, but tailing into these picks, I just took a team in the NBA that also just was in the finals and lost, and I don't want to do that again with the NHL. I think if I were to do this, I'd put in two different parlays, and I'd go Mavericks for sure, and either between the Dallas Stars or the Edmonton Oilers. I think both those teams are due. I think they're built for it. I think the time to win is now. And maybe on the outside in the East, the Rangers or Florida. But yeah, I'm gonna lock in Edmonton and Dallas.
Wait. Oh, okay, never mind. Give me. You know what? I'm going to take... I feel like I'm going to take the Rangers here. I like the Rangers.
I like
think
it.
They probably... They're a couple pieces away. And I think strong free agency, they can fucking win.
I agree. You know, what would be really incredible is if I really would be happy if Toronto slipped in and took Edmonton's spot for me, but I just don't think they can do it right now. But if Austin Matthews and Toronto can slip in and make that happen, I'd be very hyped for it. All right, so he's taking New York. I'm taking Edmonton. He's taking Minnesota. I am taking Dallas for the NBA, and then the NFL. I'm curious to see who you're going with here. Very curious. Enlighten me.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the Detroit Lions. I think they can win this year.
Let me just say, fucking moi, because I would love to see the Detroit Lions win a fucking Super Bowl this year. I don't necessarily agree, but maybe it's because I just am not favorable of their quarterback, and I just see a little scrawny white dude who's fantastic, but it's just not like what a Super Bowl winning quarterback looks like to me in my head.
Can I just tell you how much we're gonna put on the over for their season wins this year?
They're projected to be the second highest scoring team in all football next season.
14 out of 17 games are in a dome.
It's fucking insane. And you know what? That means I was thinking about this while I was going to sleep the other night. You know what I was thinking about?
What?
I was thinking about...
tight
No. I was thinking about round 1, wide receiver. Round 2, wide receiver. Round 3, running back. Round 4, Sam Laporta. Early. And then I'll take my QB.
I don't think
Sam
Laporta can make it to round 4, buddy.
That's where he's been going.
He ain't going to make it to round 4. I can almost guarantee you he's not making it to round 4.
Okay. And if he doesn't, maybe I'll try to snipe him earlier in the league. But Dan's doing the league. Guys, if any of you on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, anybody wants to join the Degen Fantasy Football League, we will be accepting invites. Or not invites, we will be sending out invites if you guys want to join. Start in the comment section.
Like maybe 2 slots left.
Yeah.
So let's take it easy over there, okay? Maybe.
If any of y'all want to play, we only have, what,
Listen.
2 slots of people watching the goddamn show?
No, we got 10 people already for the league. We
Do you?
Maybe yeah. Dude, what are you talking about? Yeah.
Okay.
Of course I do.
Okay.
Anyways, we got 10 people already for the league, so maybe we do a 12-man. That starts getting a little dicey, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Yeah, I like 10-man leagues. One thing I will add is, just while we're talking Sam Laporta and the Detroit Lions, where do you think price-wise Laporta would land in an auction draft, just to give me an idea?
Probably close to like
$24.
$15.
What's the budget? Isn't the budget?
I want you to spend
No, it's not. No, it's not. But isn't the budget
Now
200?
that I know that you want Laporta, I'm gonna nominate him and I'm gonna drive that fucking price up, buddy.
And then you're gonna be paying for Laporta.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm thinking
See,
like,
buddy.
because the budget's $200 for an auction draft, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like $24 to $30 for Laporta.
I think I could get you to pay like 35 probably.
Depends on who I had already. All right. And the last one, Dan, you have to ask me the question.
Who do you like for the... You know what? I'm going to answer for you. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. It's his favorite team.
Okay. No. First off. Second off. No. Third off. To wrap up my parlay that I had locked in on Bovada, it is the Dallas Mavericks, the Edmonton Oilers, fuck baseball, and the Baltimore Ravens. I think they're due. I think it's this year. I think if it doesn't happen this year, there's going to be a lot of changes in Baltimore. I think they got the defense. I think they're going to bring up Keaton Mitchell and Derrick Henry are going to be a dynamic fucking backfield, just like David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. You have a good quarterback that can run. He doesn't have the best arm, but he can get it done. Zay Flowers. You got fucking Mark Andrews. What?
Dude, no.
Why not?
Ravens?
Yeah.
They're not even going to win their division, dude.
Who's in their division?
They're not going to even beat the fucking Bengals. What are you talking about? This is not going to happen.
I have a feeling this could happen. All right, well then,
Ravens are going to win the championship this year. The Ravens.
You know, when you say it like that.
With that fucking Lamar. Dude, Lamar's got a limp dick arm in the cold. You know that, dog.
All right. Real quick. Say if fucking the 2 best players on both the Ravens and the Lions were to go down with injury, just because like I know that's what we're biased with and that's where our picks were going. Who do you realistically think would pull away with it minus those 2 teams?
Listen, Detroit is loaded. They're loaded. They're fucking loaded, dude. They have 2 starting running backs, okay? They have 2 guys that could start anywhere in the fucking league right now. They've got Laporta. Let me go 3, because 2 running backs that could fucking be starting anywhere. They got Laporta. They got Amon-Ra. Like, that's just
Jameson
the top
Williams.
4. That's just the top 4.
Josh Reynolds left, so Laporta's gonna have a bigger role.
The defense is out of this world, dude. They're
Good
lights
coaching
out good.
in a dome.
They made it to the NFC Championship game last year. I think that tells me expectations are Super Bowl or bust at this point. You got to make it to the Super Bowl. I think they can fucking do it, man. I believe in that coach. Like, I know Jared Goff is like, blah, or whatever, but the kid can play in a dome.
He's just
Like,
white and
he can
scrawny.
play
That's
in
why
a
we
dome.
feel blah. He got no swag.
He can play in a fucking dome. If it's controlled weather, which I think the Super Bowl is going to be in the Superdome, he can fucking play in a dome, dog. If he's the first seed, which I think, dude, I think they could be the.
They're
first
gonna be
overall.
my New York Giants, Eli Manning. 08, 09 type shit. I mean, all right.
I don't think that this team is gonna. I think
All
this
right.
team is gonna be like 13-4.
You sold me. Parlay has been changed to the Lions.
No, you
The-
already. No. Whoa.
No, but we were discussing building a parlay, and you convinced me. What do you mean? I was in a battle.
You picked the
But you
Ravens.
convinced me well. It wasn't a battle. We're trying to make money over here.
Listen, I want you to know that everyone heard you say that you like. the
I
Ravens.
did. But I didn't bring this up to be like, hey, Dan, your parlay versus my parlay. We'll see what it...
I thought this was like a competition.
No, it's a discussion. So we can try to, like, who's your pick?
You're trying to steal
This is my
picks.
pick. And we're trying. Yeah, we have people watching the show that want to put a lot of money on this. And your camera goes sideways. All right, Ball don't lie. Ball does not lie. All right, but whatever. I don't give a fuck if it's competition or not. I'm locking in based on my betting guru's recommendations. I'm gonna go Detroit Lions, Edmonton Oilers, Dallas Mavericks. Fucking count it.
This is trash.
Why is it trash?
You stole my fucking pick. What the fuck?
Because it was
Who
we were
do you
deciding
think
on
you-
what's the better pick.
First, hey, listen, you just knocked my phone down. I want you to be very fucking upset with yourself that you knocked my phone down. Anyways, second, get off my fucking picks, bitch. Like, what are you doing, man?
We were supposed to be a team.
No. The minute we were supposed to be a team, but guess what happened? You lost 6 in a row on SoBet. That's what happened.
4. It was 4.
It's 7 at this point.
Well, no, it's not. Well, maybe after Sunday, but no, it's not. You've been saying Rocky post, and I said, all right, I'll post, but I don't know anything about baseball. Here's my picks, guys. And they were close. One leg.
Listen, close doesn't
One
count.
leg.
Close doesn't count.
Oh, I just
Close
licked the
doesn't
microphone.
count. Yeah, that's gross. Close doesn't count. And 2, I don't. Bob, shut up.
Yeah, tell Bob that,
Listen,
get on your
I
case.
don't give a fuck whether you lose or not, but I reserve the right to fuck with you if you are 0-6 on SoBet. I reserve the right. If I was 0-6, you'd be saying shit too.
Yes, but the only reason why I'm 0-6 is because I've been forcing these picks specifically because you've been telling me to post.
Because you never watch sports anymore. This is more
because I don't watch baseball.
This is more of an intervention than it is a fucking podcast at this point. We got to talk to you, me and the audience. We want to talk to you about this.
Kelsey!
You got problems, man.
Am I addicted?
No, you're unaddicted. You unaddicted yourself. You're too cautious now. It's not even fun.
I'm not. Well, you want to know why? Because we're on a platform that tracks our bets, and usually when we do fucking these 3 sports on the screen, we're incredible. And UFC.
You know what, though? And I just want to say you're upsetting my dog right now with this.
Yeah, well, Bob upset me a pretty long time ago.
I just want you to know that you're upsetting my dog right now. I want you to feel it in your heart. You better get it together, okay? You.
All right, I'll get it together, and I'm starting with this UFC slate on Saturday, which is tomorrow, and it's going to be a nice little ticket. On top of it, Dan wants to talk about me upsetting his dog. His dog had me running around the hood near a college campus at 3 in the morning, yelling. By the way, real quick, but real quick.
That's what he didn't want to tell everybody.
His dog's name.
Dog.
His dog's name is Bob. So I'm going up to houses at 3 in the morning, going, Bob. My girlfriend's there. She's like, there's a dog barking in that house, and every time you say Bob, he barks. I'm like, oh my God, they have Bob. I go, Bob. And we're outside this house at 3 in the morning yelling Bob, like 6 of us. And Kevin, my older brother, hits me and he's like, you fucking idiot. He goes, watch this. He goes, Greg. And the dog starts barking, and I'm like, oh, that was 15 minutes of just really fucking waiting for someone to come down with a shotgun.
The guy that was in the house comes out and he's like looking at us because fucking Rocky's just staring through his windows yelling Bob for the last 15 minutes.
Imagine his name is fucking Robert, and he comes down. He's like, who the fuck's calling me?
He's like, shut up. I'm trying to sleep. Jesus.
Yeah, and then the dog just magically appears in the middle of the night, just like a fucking scene out of a fucking Wizard of Oz movie where they're just running through.
He's up there, buddy. Bob went.
Bob needed to lay some parlays and pipe.
He put in a couple solid parlays, and he's very, he's excited. He's very happy. I almost told you to look like but he's very happy now. You upset him, and now you talk about his prowess with the women. He's very happy.
Yeah, he's good now. But Bob's fine. Bob sends me his picks sometimes, and Dan doesn't. All right, that'll do it for the stream today. Send me some fucking picks that you're not posting on SoBet.
Guess who else is undefeated? Bob. Me and Bob, undefeated. What's your record, Rock? 0-6. I want you to get it the fuck together, okay? SoBet's going to ask us not to come back. I want you to know that in your heart. They're going to be like, you know what? We're actually good if you guys just don't post picks at all.
Damn, that's this microphone's wet.
Stop! You licked it
I
like
didn't-
6 times
I
already.
licked it.
You were thinking about the fucking coconut water and that fucking all that slurping you do, and you fucking started licking
Oh, Dan. You're tough on me like father, and I appreciate that. That's why you got me this new vape, and I'm underage. I'm only 19. Thank you, Dan. He got me into
25.
sports.
Get
Get
it together.
Do I look 25? Listen, he got me into sports betting and nicotine, and also the sale of marijuana. So it's been really good.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck? He's of age, and I'm in different states. Okay.
I am of age. It's all right. All right, guys. That's going to do it for us today. It's been Degen Fantasy. We appreciate you guys coming in. We will be
can't fucking hit a bet. Jesus Christ.
back to my prime of the NHL early season.
Guess what, guys? One day Rocky Prop's going to post a winning pick. One day, guys.
And let me tell you the truth. It was today. So go to SoBet in the affiliate link and take my winner. We're like, hey, guys, join the affiliate link. You're like, guys, by the way, Rocky's not hit anything on SoBet. Don't tail my
join
baseball
SoBet
picks.
So we can just laugh at Rocky the whole fucking.
Yeah, don't tail my baseball picks. When football and NHL and NBA comes around, you'll be able to make a lot of money off me. All right, that's going to do it for DJ Fantasy. Thank you guys so much. And we'll catch you later.